So a few weeks ago, I was looking at the menu. We get a menu from Domino's in our mailbox every once in a while. There's a Domino's not far from here, and we could order. But they had something new in their menu called a pizza rice bowl. And I'm like, if you know, you've probably heard of rice bowls here in Japan, right? Especially like Yoshinoya. Anybody who lives in Los Angeles, I know they have Yoshinoya over there. And we have the beef bowl, beef rice bowl, which is rice with beef on top. And you just kind of mix it in and eat it. It's really good. I always add a lot of red ginger and stuff like that. Yoshinoya got me through years of construction and all. That was where I would have my lunch, especially when you're in a hurry. You run in there, they serve immediately, you gobble, 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 and you're back out and go to work again. So I thought, well, wait a second. Pizza rice bowl, that sounds great, you know, and I haven't tried one from Domino's yet. I don't know what they're like, but I decided to make my own. And just to make things easy, I just decided to make it in a skillet. So I'm going to call this the pizza rice skillet. And what it is just a layer of rice, which I've fried up a little bit with onion and stuff like that. Then there's some pizza sauce or pasta sauce. Then there's toppings, and basically a choice of toppings. And then, of course, mozzarella cheese. Toss it in the oven. And what you end up with is, well, kind of like a pizza, but with a rice bottom to it. Oh, look at that. Oh, smells like a pizza. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Oh, yeah. You're gonna want to make this. Let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. To make our pizza rice skillet. These are the ingredients I'm using. Now you can use different toppings, so don't be tied in just by what I'm using for a topping. But for the base, first let's go over the base items. We do want rice. So what I've got here is 2.5 cups of cooked rice. That's going to go in the base here. I've got half an onion, that's going in the base too. So it's half an onion finely chopped. And then the butter. So 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to cook the onions and the rice in that. And the salt and the pepper, of course, that's going in with that too. Now, you're going to want pasta sauce. That's 2/3 of a cup of marinara sauce, or any pasta sauce is nice. I'm using marinara this time. Sometimes I use a different pasta sauce. You can make your own. I've made that many times, but usually that's when I can make a huge batch of it. So today, I just bought some. It's the easiest way. Now, for the toppings. Well, you are going to want cheese, that's for sure. So what I've got here is 12 ounces or 340 grams of mozzarella cheese grated. You want lots of cheese. We want, you know me, I love cheese. Got to have lots of cheese in there. Now comes the toppings. That's these 3 things right here. All right, pepperoni is great. I can't get pepperoni, so I'm using salami. And because it's kind of in big pieces, like about that big, I slice it thinly and then I quarter it. So little quarter circles like this. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much room with the salami. I want to be able to spread it around. And that is 4 ounces or 110 grams of salami. But like I say, you could use anything. You could use ham or things like that. Whatever kind of topping you want. Just think of making a pizza, whatever topping you'd usually use. Another thing I'm adding this time is a 1/4 cup of sliced green olives and 1 tablespoon of capers. That's just going to go on top. So first, let's get the base going, the rice. So first thing I want to do, I've got my cast iron skillet here. You want a cast iron, something that can go in the oven. And I'm going to bring that up to medium heat. And I'm going to add in the butter. And first thing I want to do is just get that butter melted. All right, that's looking pretty good. So in goes the onion. And I'm going to add the salt and pepper to that. And all I do now is cook this for about 5 to 8 minutes, just stirring it occasionally. All I want to do is really just soften up the onions, and then I'm going to come back and add in the rice. So see you back here in about 5 to 8 minutes. All right, those onions are looking really good. So what I'm gonna do now is add in the rice. Now what we're gonna do with the rice is just, first of all, break it up a little bit, because after it cools, Japanese rice especially always tends to start to stick together, kind of clump up. So just want to break it up a little bit and get the onions mixed in with there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cook it like this. Just stirring every once, oh, don't throw things overboard. Stirring every once in a while. And I just want to get that mixed together, and I want to heat up the rice a little bit. All right, that's looking pretty good. The onions mixed nicely in with the rice. I'm going to turn that heat off now. Just give a little scrape across anything that's sticking to the bottom. It's going to get a nice little crustiness to it, which is great, absolutely great. So you can get a little of that in the oven too. All right, now what I want to do is just spread this out evenly, because this is the base for our pasta sauce. So get that nice even like that. And let's get that rice off there. It's all in the pot. Or frying pan, I guess. Oops, and you guys go. All right, so that's looking good. So now, I'm just going to take that pasta sauce and it's like making a pizza. Now we're spreading the base. And just kind of evenly distribute that out over top of the rice. Again, you're doing it, just think, making a pizza. There we go. This is what you do when you're making a pizza. Okay, that's looking good. Now what I like to do here is I like a little bit of a base of cheese, but I also want a little bit of cheese on top. So what I do is about half the cheese, we're going to spread across there, okay? And keep half to put over top of the toppings. Some people like the toppings right at the top showing through. I like them to get a little cheese on top of them too. Just my preference, delicious. All right, so we're going to spread that cheese out. There we go. Now I'm going to get the salami on here. Get that kind of evened out across there. Oh, that is good. It smells good. That is going to be tasty. All right, then the olives. So kind of distribute them out all over the pizza. Of course, if you got anybody that doesn't like olives, you know, you might want to leave it off part of the pizza for them. But in our house, everybody loves olives. All right, that looks pretty decent. Yeah, you guys, there we go. And then the capers. And again with the capers, I just want to distribute them around a little bit. Isn't that looking good? And then let's get that cheese, more cheese on top of that. That's going to melt through that. Oh, this is going to be delicious. Oh, that looks pretty even. All right, now that's going to go in the oven over there for at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius, and just for about 10 to 15 minutes. All I want to do is get that cheese melted. I don't want to brown it up too much because it just gets harder to cut through. You know, I want it to be more pizza-like, so I'm just going to melt it this time. So 10 to 15 minutes. I'll see you back here then. All right, that's been 10 minutes in my oven because, of course, my oven always runs a bit hot. And look at that. Perfect. nicely melted. Smells like a pizza. All right. So that's a little hot right now. I'm going to be digging in there pretty soon. Make sure you dig into some of this too. Really good stuff. All right, if you like this recipe for a pizza rice skillet, or you can even make this a pizza rice bowl, well, make sure you stick around because there's a lot more original Kevin Riley Kuma's Kitchen recipes here on this YouTube channel. And make sure you subscribe because there's a new one coming out every Monday. You don't want to miss some of those. They are, well, I must say myself, quite tasty. Anyways, if you're not a patron of Kuma's Kitchen, consider becoming one because for as little as $3 a month, you support the creation of all these recipe videos, but also you get all the cool stuff that the current patrons are getting access to right now in the Patreon feed. Anyways, now go make this delicious dish for dinner and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.